dangerous new phase in the Middle East conflict is unfolding as Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps claims responsibility for a direct strike on a United States-linked military base in the United Arab Emirates. The development marks a sharp escalation in an already volatile regional war that has expanded rapidly over the past weeks. According to Iranian military statements, the attack targeted the strategically important Al Dhafra Air Base, a key installation used by U.S., Emirati, and allied forces. The strike was reportedly carried out as part of Wave 83 under a broader campaign known as Operation True Promise 4. This operation is now widely seen as one of the most aggressive phases of Iran's military response in the ongoing 2026 conflict. The strike, launched on Thursday evening, was conducted under the code name Ya Aba Abdullah al-Hussein, a phrase deeply rooted in religious symbolism often associated with sacrifice and resistance. Iranian officials framed the operation as a deliberate response aimed at what they described as American and Israeli-linked military infrastructure across the region. Iran's Revolutionary Guard claimed the mission was executed with complete success, emphasizing that the operation relied on a coordinated mix of long-range and medium-range missile systems supported by advanced drone capabilities. These reportedly included precision-guided missiles, multi-warhead payloads, and a combination of suicide and loitering drones designed to overwhelm air defense systems. However, the United Arab Emirates quickly confirmed the attack while offering a contrasting account of its outcome. The UAE Ministry of Defense stated that its air defense systems successfully intercepted incoming threats, including 15 ballistic missiles and 11 drones launched from Iranian territory. Despite confirming the interceptions, UAE authorities have not disclosed the extent of damage at Al Dhafra Air Base. Officials instead focused on the broader picture, highlighting the scale and intensity of the ongoing Iranian campaign. The numbers released by the UAE are staggering. Since the escalation began, air defense systems have intercepted approximately 372 ballistic missiles, 15 cruise missiles, and more than 8,100 drones. These figures reflect not only the persistence of Iranian attacks, but also the growing complexity of modern warfare, where missiles and drones are deployed simultaneously in coordinated waves. This sustained barrage is part of a wider regional offensive. According to reports, the Iraqi has coordinated hundreds of attacks across multiple fronts, targeting U.S. and Israeli-linked sites throughout the Middle East. The human cost of the conflict is becoming increasingly visible. The UAE has confirmed casualties among both military personnel and civilians. 2 armed forces members were killed while performing their duties, along with a civilian contractor of Moroccan origin. In addition, at least 8 other fatalities have been reported involving individuals from multiple countries, including Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, Nepal, and Palestine. The multinational nature of these casualties highlights the global dimension of the Gulf workforce and the far-reaching consequences of the conflict. A total of 169 people have been injured, with cases ranging from minor wounds to severe trauma. The injured include both citizens and expatriates from across Asia, Africa, and the Middle East. These figures underscore that the impact of the conflict extends far beyond military targets, affecting civilians and foreign workers alike. In response to the attacks, the UAE government has issued strong statements reaffirming its commitment to national security. Officials condemn the strikes as a flagrant violation of national sovereignty and international law, signaling the seriousness with which it views the escalation. The border conflict context reveals that this is not an isolated incident. The Middle East is currently witnessing a rapidly expanding war involving Iran, the United States, Israel, and multiple regional actors. Recent developments indicate that Iranian strikes are not limited to military installations alone. Reports suggest that critical infrastructure, including energy facilities, oil storage sites, and logistical hubs, have also been targeted. This reflects a dual strategy aimed at weakening both military capabilities and economic stability. In parallel, earlier attacks in the conflict have targeted key energy infrastructure, including gas fields and oil facilities, leading to disruptions in global energy markets and contributing to rising oil prices. The strategic importance of locations such as Al Dhafra Air Base cannot be overstated. It serves as a hub for surveillance, intelligence, and combat operations, making it a high-value target in any regional conflict. The methods employed in the latest wave of attacks highlight a sophisticated hybrid warfare strategy. Iran's use of combined missile barrages and drone swarms is designed to saturate air defense systems and increase the likelihood of successful strikes. Drones, particularly loitering munitions, provide persistent presence over targets, allowing for real-time adjustments and increased precision. When used alongside ballistic missiles, they create a layered threat that is difficult to counter effectively. This approach suggests careful planning and coordination by Iran's military leadership. It also indicates a willingness to engage in prolonged conflict rather than limited or symbolic strikes. The messaging from Iran's Revolutionary Guard reinforces this perception. In a direct warning, the group stated that it would continue its operations and hold its adversaries accountable. It will find its enemies and make them pay for their actions. The statement reflects both a strategic and ideological stance, framing the conflict as part of a broader struggle rather than a series of isolated military engagements. Iran has also emphasized that the current wave of attacks is not a one-time operation. Officials have made it clear that further waves are expected, suggesting that additional strikes may already be planned or underway. The tone of these statements indicates confidence and determination. It also signals a willingness to sustain a prolonged military campaign despite the risks of further escalation. On the other side, the UAE has reiterated its readiness to respond to any threat. The Ministry of Defense has emphasized its commitment to protecting national sovereignty, stability, and strategic interests. The effectiveness of the U.S. air defense systems has been a key factor in limiting damage and casualties. However, the sheer volume and frequency of attacks present ongoing challenges. The situation is further complicated by the involvement of multiple regional and global actors. The United States has reaffirmed its commitment to the security of its allies in the Gulf, while Israel has intensified its operations against Iranian targets. Meanwhile, the conflict is having significant global repercussions. Disruptions in the Strait of Hormuz, a critical shipping route for global oil supplies, have led to rising energy prices and economic uncertainty worldwide. There are also growing concerns about the potential for a wider regional war. Reports indicate that the United States is considering deploying additional troops to the Middle East, highlighting the seriousness of the situation. Diplomatic efforts are ongoing, but progress remains uncertain. Indirect negotiations have been reported, yet both sides continue to exchange strikes, raising doubts about the prospects for de-escalation. The conflict has already resulted in thousands of casualties across the region and has triggered a humanitarian crisis in several areas. Infrastructure damage, displacement, and economic disruptions are adding to the complexity of the situation. What is becoming increasingly clear is that the current conflict is no longer limited to proxy engagements or isolated incidents. It has evolved into a direct confrontation involving advanced military technologies, strategic targets, and global implications. The latest wave of attacks marks a significant turning point. The scale, coordination, and choice of targets suggest a deliberate effort to expand the battlefield and increase pressure on adversaries. As tensions continue to rise, the region remains on edge. The possibility of further escalation cannot be ruled out, and the next phase of the conflict may already be unfolding. The message from both sides is unmistakable. This is no longer a warning. This is an active and intensifying conflict with consequences that extend far beyond the Middle East. The world is now watching closely as events continue to develop, with the understanding that each new strike brings the region closer to a wider and more unpredictable war.